Welcome everybody to A Positive Spin. I'll be your host, Garrison Redd. This is a talk show like no other. I'm bringing out everyone from actors, athletes, models, you name it, regular people, the person at the Frank stand. It doesn't even matter. As long as they bring positive vibes, positive energy, and all about staying positive through any circumstance. That's all I'm about, and those are the people that will be on this show. This is episode 1. I got my boy, Justin Stewartt here. You already know, me and Justin connected back. We did a modeling gig. It was like some different body type, whatever it was. We connected on that. And yo, Justin, I've been watching you on Instagram. You're truly inspiring. I love your creativity. We're going to talk about, your balling, all of that type of stuff, all of those things that you've been doing, because there's plenty of people out there, I'm sure, that look up to you, inspired by what you're doing, just like I am. And we're going to get to it. So,
episode 1, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
You're ready, bro. You're ready. It's all about perseverance and passion. I see that, that's what you live by and all of that. So we're going to get right to it. So I was reading your Instagram, and they said you have a facial indifference or facial difference. I always want to, get the terminology correct. So what is that exactly?
So facial difference is just anybody that is born with something that is different
about your face.
Right.
Yeah.
So from my facial difference specifically, like it was something that happened to me at birth.
Okay.
But it could be anything. People get in accidents, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They go to war for our country. Like it could just be anything, whether it's scars, something that happens premature in the womb. It could be pretty much anything that leaves them different.
Okay. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Okay, all right. Jersey kind of.
Not too much on Jersey.
Or dirty Jersey.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey. I'm from the Wick.
Okay, all right.
I'm in the city now. I've been in the city for like 6 years now. So
that's what's up. So I was going through your Instagram and all of that. I see you be coaching and all of that stuff. So I'm assuming you had a ball background.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you playing ball growing up, because I'm sure living with a facial difference growing up and being a baller, it got to be some stuff that go on the court. You feel me?
Yeah, it was different, man. Like I grew up with 2 brothers.
Okay.
I had both my parents. I had a little sister also, but when it came to sports, it was me and my brothers, right?
Yeah.
We played everything.
Yeah.
But when it came to just having a facial difference, being an athlete coming up, it was like kind of struggle with confidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Jersey, so we talk trash everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to get.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta deal with people
I'm from
talking
the town.
trash.
I'm from New York, so that's how.
So you know what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like I had a chip on my shoulder. Like I always felt like I had to prove myself or be better. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I had to have some type of game to back up. You know
talk your shit.
Yeah, so like me and my bros, like man, we used to go everywhere. We used to go to Linden, Roselle, Kenworth, Cranford, like all the cities in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Jersey City. You know what I'm saying? We would just go ball, man. We would have fun. Like I played organized ball. Like I played in high school, played middle school and all that. And it was cool, man. I mean, with a facial difference, due to like my surgeries and my condition and stuff, like my career was, you know what I'm saying, cut a little bit short. But for the most part, man, like athletics was always something that was like a part of
that was a part of
my blood. Yeah,
that was a part of me too. So like when I got injured, I had to find athletics, and one of the things I found was weightlifting. And through weightlifting, it was like, yo, you the same. Like nobody, as long as you can lift weights, nobody care how you come in the gym, what mobility device you use, or none of that. You just could lift weights. But like, how was it like in school? I'm sure kids, sometimes could be mean, or were they mean or not mean?
I mean, like I said, bro, I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, don't say words,
right? I'm from the inner city.
Okay, you know so it is what it is.
Yeah, I dealt with it all, and I mean, like, as adults now, like, we know what it was.
Okay,
but as a kid, like, you don't know nothing. Like, it's just a part of life. So, like, I mean, me and my brothers, we had to fight. We had to do all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But again, like, I was a good person. I was a good human being. So I had people around me that, you know what I'm saying, accepted me for who I was. And that was all that mattered.
Yeah, then after that, you developed that tough skin, and that's that.
Yeah, I think that helped a lot, man. Like, even with just having brothers and a tough father, like, I feel like, and I had a lot of men in my life also, like my uncles, my grandfather, and stuff like that. I feel like it helped me develop that.
So they wasn't gonna let you be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
It was like my condition was never a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up just like everybody else, bro. And
I like that.
I think it just gave me the motivation to just like I could do what you could do, if not better.
I could do
you know
anything.
What I'm saying? Yeah, I could do anything.
Yeah, I take from that because even when I got injured, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find something I could do better than anybody else, and I'm gonna talk shit about it. Like, catch up to me. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. So how far did you get in your basketball career?
I mean, so my career was pretty much done right up into high school.
Okay.
My freshman year of college a little bit. I had a conversation with an assistant coach, one of my mentors to this day.
Okay.
And he was just like, yo, what do you think about getting into coaching? And I'm like, man, like, I really don't know. My pops was a coach. He was a coach for over 10 years.
Right.
So I knew it was something like, you know what I'm saying, possibility, but I never really thought like about coaching.
It wasn't real. Like, you never thought about it real.
I feel I was still in my career, you know what I'm saying? I still wanted to play. So coaching was like, when you think about that, man, it's like, that's 10 years, 20 years down the line.
Yeah, you're thinking of an old person, like, I'm still balling right now.
I was 18.
But you notice there's a lot of younger coaches in the NBA, in the NFL, and different sports leagues. So coaching is a way to go. I think
it's the easiest way to go after athletics.
Exactly. Because you still have that passion for the game, and it never dies. Never dies.
If anything, I think it gets worse as a coach.
I grew up playing football, and when I got injured when I was 17 or whatever. And the doctor told me the first thing she said was like, "Yo, you might not be a player anymore, but you could be a coach."
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, I'm thinking about coaches. That's like when you 60, 70. That's what I think of a head coach. I'm thinking about all my coaches growing up and stuff like that. But I thought about it. I'm like, yo, the coach is the leader.
Yeah.
And if you take that aspect and, flip it around, like, there's only one coach, and the team gotta follow you.
The team follows you.
It follows you.
100%.
Exactly.
So he taught me the game. Yo, he literally taught me the game, man.
Okay, all right.
Bro, that's my guy.
I shout him out. You already know.
I started there, man. I literally was 17, like going into college. I turned 18 going into college. And I'm like, yo, how am I gonna get guys that are the same age as me to listen and respect what I had to say?
Exactly.
And I had to earn respect. And it wasn't like it wasn't something that happened overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really had to study the craft and still be a student of the game.
Of course.
And as time grew on, it was like, oh, it's not like, nah, he do know what he's talking about. Like, he do know
he's right. Good call,
good call.
Yeah. That's usually how it happens, though. Yeah. So, where are you currently coaching right now?
So, I'm at the University of Mount St. Vincent, uptown in Riverdale, right off 63rd.
All right.
So, I'm up there now. This will be my second year. Last year was my first year. We had a good season this season, and I'm just...
And you coaching women's varsity or JV?
I'm coaching women's college. So.
Okay, well, varsity. It's only one team in college. I caught that. Nah, that's a fact. But, that's what's up, bro. Yeah. So, what's your goals in coaching? Like, is your goal to be an NBA, a head coach of a NBA franchise or WNBA franchise, or you just want to stick with college?
It's interesting, right? Like, I had a stint working at the NBA a few years back.
Okay.
I worked at the headquarters downtown. But right now, man, like, I'm just, not that I don't really have any goals, but it's like I'm kind of just stuck in the present. I'm doing so many different things right now. And I'm just like, yo, whatever crack first, that's
how I'm there too, bro. I'm doing everything.
Yeah,
I want to be good at everything right now, and whatever happens.
Yeah.
Whatever I get out of it, I get out of it.
So,
but most likely, I'll motivate, inspire some people along the way, and I'm good with that. That's fulfilling in itself,
for sure.
So let's talk about the modeling career. Because when I first seen you, no lie, bro, you was on some like Snapchat thing or some joint. I'm like, oh, I ain't this shit out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
I probably was looking like, how could I apply and all of that too? Yeah. So let's talk about that. When did you get into modeling?
So modeling started right around just basketball and everything. I was in high school, right? I ended up transferring high schools. I went to a new school, all white school, not a lot of black kids, like didn't know anybody. I'm from a different state, you know what I'm saying? So I'm coming in with a whole different swag, different energy. It was just new, you know what I'm saying? It was new. So I struggled, man. Like, didn't have no friends. Like, I had friends that was on the basketball team that I was cool with, but it was like, again, like, I'm still an outsider, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people been friends with each other since they was in first grade, second grade, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
and here I come, like, last 2 years of high school, like, they don't know.
Like, who you?
Who's you? So I struggled, man. It was tough. And I honestly, bro, like, I got on social media, man, and just started sharing my story. Like, it was crazy, man. I was getting, like, suicide letters. I was getting, like, all types of crazy stuff from...
And that's what a positive spin is about.
Positive spin, right?
You
so
took something and
I took something.
Now here come the positive part. Y'all see what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I took that, man. Like, I'm like, listen, like I know we in a day and age of social media, right? Like we got platforms, and I think we see like a lot of people go on social media like looking for attention, right?
Exactly.
At that age, I wasn't even looking for attention. I was just looking for a sense of community because again, like I had a tough upbringing, like as far as like when my father figures, I had tough skin, like I was mentally tough. So I knew like stuff like that wouldn't get to me, but I knew that there was a whole community out there, people that were affected by the same thing that I was. And I'm like, all right, maybe if I post this or maybe if I share what I'm going through, maybe it'll bring some type of community in.
Shed some light on, you know, something.
And listen, bro, it literally like one post after another, it just like changed my life, bro.
That's the power of social media, you know, and vulnerability. So in your opinion, what was the best modeling like opportunity you had so far, or just like the funnest or whatever? Because there's different categories. You know what I'm saying? Like there's the one that paid the most, right, and then there's the one that you like the most. And it varies.
It's interesting, right? Like I would say, my favorite job would probably have to be Telfar.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Gito and them over there.
My guys.
We went to high school together.
Oh, that's fire.
That's how small.
And he actually casted me like personally, which I thought was
fire. That's dope.
Fire.
That's dope. So, yo, Gito, make sure you cast me that next joint. I sent you some information the other day. I saw the post. Shot it over to him. But definitely. So Telfar, it was fun.
Yeah, it was. I mean, listen, man, it's a luxury. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All black. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And I would say like that was like my first. I had a few big time jobs, but I was mostly like in the cut doing something else.
Okay.
That was like my first job where it was like I was like front and center, like I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy.
I'm lit. It's lit moment.
It was lit. And I think like kind of like just being on set. Like going through like the process of the commercial, like you've been on set before.
Facts.
Like a commercial could be 30 seconds long, but it's
taking
12 hours.
It could take a
going
day.
Into that. So like being in the commercial, man, like I was in the water, like I had to come out the pool with the bag, like I had to step out of my comfort zone.
You go in.
It was fire. It was fire. So like just
that's what's up.
Stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit outside of just what people see.
Okay.
Like just development as a model. I just think overall that was just like my favorite job, bro.
Okay, all right. So what would you tell like a younger version of yourself, like if they was to see you today, like maybe 5, let me not say 5, let's say like 7-year-old. That's when the memory is there and all of that.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I would just be like, yo, you was right.
You was right. I like that.
I think part of my motivation coming up was just like, I knew all the crazy stuff that was going on, like wasn't happening for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really going, and I still am, just like we all are going through trials and tribulations. And I just knew like, yo, there's no way God is just gonna leave me out here. You know what I'm saying? Just to go through everything I went through.
So it was purpose.
It was purpose, right? And I remember thinking like, yo, I don't know what it is.
What it's gonna be. But it's gonna come one of these days. And shout out to social media, because if you use it the correct way, opportunities can come. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I connected with a lot of people, like me personally, other people with disabilities that was like modeling and stuff like that. And I'll ask them questions like, yo, how you got into this? And, you know, people share information. A lot of people share information. So that's one of the good things I think about social media. Then there's a lot of negatives, you know, we could go in for days about. But, So how would you tell like someone that has a facial difference to get into modeling or to get into media? Like, what would you tell them? What would be their first step?
I would just say just start, right?
Okay.
Because when you talk about like what is a model, right? If you ask a whole bunch of different people what a model is, some people would say like my level of success, right, where I'm at. Like, oh, you got to be on magazines, you got to be on billboards, or you got to be on this and that. That's not modeling. Modeling is a creative thing. Like, it has nothing to do with commercial and making money. Like, you just need to get in front of a camera and take some flicks and do something creative.
That's
right.
A fact.
Like, and that's what that is. That's what modeling is to me.
And I think there's been a change, like in the modeling atmosphere altogether. You know, the typical person that was a model maybe 10 years ago. They're played out now. We want somebody.
I came in, bro. I came in a perfect era.
Me too. I think so too.
I came in a perfect era. Like, we talking about 2020 to 2022. You talking about like the plus size movement is on the come up.
All of that.
Black Lives Matter is at its height, at its peak. So being different and that being the wave. Like I came in right at that
there.
time.
Let me show my difference.
Right, and let me show what makes me different. And shout out to the plus size community, man. I gotta throw that out there.
Definitely.
Especially just like with everything going on in the industry, like none of what we do as models would be possible without them.
Exactly. I think we gotta shout out everybody, because everybody comes in together to make a successful modeling agency, to make a successful runway show, whatever the case may be. And now the community is responding, and they want people with differences, people that look like them. So so now moving on. Where do you see yourself going in the future? What is Justin's future goals? Where do you see yourself at maybe 5 years from now and then 10 years from now?
I'm just looking to go wherever God is taking me, man.
Okay.
Like, I'm just allowing him to use me as a vessel. You know what I'm saying? And I think like I have so many things that I can contribute, right? Like modeling or basketball or just like pieces of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so complex and there's so many different versions of me.
Yep.
So if God can just use me in any way possible, bro.
So
like
many lanes, bro.
And of course, like the success, like bro, we're driven. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gotta get it. One way or another, we gotta get it.
So of course, like more success in the industries that I'm in is of course extremely important to me.
Okay.
But just being healthy, being happy, being grateful for the things that I do get right now. Like I try not to get too caught up in the future. Like I just try to be stuck in the moment and just be present.
I like that, bro. I like that. So we're gonna go to a part of the show where I'm gonna ask you just a few fire questions real quick, and you can just answer rapidly. You feel me?
I got it.
So, who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
What's your favorite basketball team?
I don't got a favorite team. I go with LeBron though. Wherever
oh man, you want to?
So I'm a Lakers fan. I'm with Luka.
What's your favorite color?
Olive green.
Who's your favorite actor?
Oof. Denzel.
What's your favorite food?
French toast.
And what would be your celebration if you won the Super Bowl?
If I won a Super Bowl, I see Auburn do this during March Madness. Every time somebody hit a three, they'd be like, "Yo, call God, call God."
I like that, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, bro. So now we're gonna transition. We're gonna go over to the board over here.
Okay.
So we got this spinning wheel. Gotta let the audience know. Alright, bring it over here. Alright, man. So now, what you gonna do, bro, is you gonna spin this wheel, right? Spin it lightly, and wherever it lands, you gotta do that deed for within this week. And not only that, you gotta tag the show so we can know that you did it. So we're gonna hold you accountable.
All right, for sure.
So everything on here is something positive, because all we deal with is positivity.
All right, see you later.
Yep, gotcha. Let's see where that red needle stop in between. Oh, you on a blue. All right.
Lead a health webinar.
Sounds like a plan. Lead a health webinar. So you can do that on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, you can do like 15-minute health webinar.
Yeah.
You know, you're an athlete and all of that.
Yeah.
You can talk about something.
Yeah, I can do that.
Word, bro. But yeah, bro. Yo, it's been an amazing show. I'm glad you was my first guest,
sure.
you know, and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
We wish you plenty of success in the future. Definitely tap in with my boy. His information is going to be in the description. Everything you need to know, where you need to find him. Go out to support him and all the stuff that he's doing. Make sure y'all follow. And yeah, man, it was a pleasure, man, having you. It was a good chop up,
Yes,
you know.
Sir, you already know.
And yeah, definitely, bro. We're going to work more in the future.
Yeah, you got to get me in the gym, man.
I got you whenever you're ready, my guy.
Say less.
All right.